and my work boots, especially with all the mud. So I'm going to turn this thing around, and so here we are in front of the garage. And one of the things that I wanted to show you is up here on the truck, it looks like we have glass for our side windows in the church. And we also have our new front doors being delivered. In fact, there's guys over there now installing the first of the front doors. But here we have our doors, and some miscellaneous glass pieces. So there's what the doors will look like. Some miscellaneous glass pieces here, and these larger glass pieces will be for the side windows in the church. We'll see where those go here in just a little bit. One of the things I want to show you, I posted on the sorry about that. Posted on our Facebook site the mosaic. You see that risk up there? That's where that mosaic of the Holy Spirit is going to go. It's being shipped as we speak, coming from Italy. So sorry guys, I'm trying to zoom back out. This is my first video, so be patient. I think let's see, can I get over? I'm going to traipse through some mud here. Head in. Our plaza will be poured in, hopefully by the end of the month. We'll have the plaza poured and be able to actually walk into the church via the plaza. So these guys are installing the first of the doors. And this is a vestibule right inside the front doors. Not much to see here. There's that door. Oops. Do they mean to have that locked? Do they mean to have that locked, or?
It's just so keep people
Oh, is it okay? Is it okay if I go in?
Yeah, it's okay if you go in.
Of the front gathering area here, getting it all ready, prepared to be painted. So we see here we see some of our windows in the gathering area here. There's a nice little heater right there. They actually have the heat on in the building. Got the gas hooked up last week. So this is walking toward the northwest. Here's a guy on these nifty little stilts doing his thing. Here we have not very exciting. That's where our telephone and computer and sound system rack will go. So we'll walk down this way. We're walking down toward the restrooms. This will be the only time that you actually get a tour of a restroom. So here we are going into the men's restroom. Looks like they're getting this all tiled, and so I want to make a note that unlike our restrooms over in our current building, we have 5 stalls here, 2 toilets, 3 urinals. But the ladies are going to be really excited because here we're walking into the ladies' room and see some guys putting some tile up here. And you'll notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stalls. Quite a change from the old building. So anyway, some nice tile here they're putting in. Getting all the finishes in here. Looks good, thank you. one of the things that I think is really cool is we have a family restroom. Just a couple of weeks ago, we had a young father who had to bring his daughter into the men's restroom and put her in a stall. And the same is true of mothers that have young sons. So here we have a family restroom where we won't have that issue anymore. So there's a door that goes out to our parking lot on the northwest side of the building. This is just and there is the mechanical room with all kinds of stuff that rarely any of us will ever see, including me. And I think this is a janitorial room, as I recall. Okay, we're going to walk back toward the main entrance. So, walking down to one of the things that we have on two sides is we're going to have these. It's kind of hard to see here, but it's a nice seating area. And then going on that wall will be a TV, so that hopefully we'll be able to live stream Mass, so that people with kids can come out here and still participate in the Mass. Right here is the vesting sacristy. This is where the clergy will get vested before Mass. And looks like they've been getting the walls finished up in here. You can see the lattice work for the lowered ceiling. This is also the room that we will have children's dismissal in. So since we can bring the children in here, since the clergy will be at Mass while the children are here. So this will be, and they'll have a TV to be able to monitor what the situation is out in the church. We have a restroom in this sacristy as well. So even when the kiddos need to go to the restroom, the adults don't have to go across the hall to take them to the restroom. This is some storage areas. I think our altar server vestments will go in here, and various other things. These are steps that lead up to the balcony. We'll go up there later. This is actually looking into the church, but we're going to go around and come into the church from the main entrance, so you can see what that's going to be like. Hi guys, thank you. So it really is remarkable how quick the progress is made. Here I'm walking into the new church. You see this structure here. That is what will be our baptismal font. 2 weeks ago, none of this structure was here. So they've created a structure for lighting and to highlight the baptismal font. I think there's going to be some non-direct lighting up there too. These crates right here, these crates that we see here, is actually the pieces to our font. This is one of the challenges that we have is the company that is putting together our font and put these pieces together is from New Hampshire. And because of the coronavirus crisis we have in our nation right now, they are not able to travel to get down here to put our font together. So we're just going to have to monitor that situation and see if we'll be able to get that thing done soon. So looking at the font, over on the other side, that's where the steps to go down into the font will be. There'll be steps over on this side where to come up. Over on that side will be a structure that will be our ambry, house the holy oils. And back here there will be a round pool that has a waterfall that goes down into the main font. And this is where we'll baptize infants. So this is a lot of work to be done here. Over here, by the way, I hope you guys can hear me. Somebody Jane, somebody tell me if you can hear me okay. A lot of noise in here. What I just walked into is, this is actually a confessional. It's kind of hard to see because all the walls are painted, but it's a good sized confessional. So we still, oh, thanks, Emily. So we have a window for safe environment purposes, and there'll be a glass door here as well. So not much, just a shell of a space. We've got items ordered to put in this space. There's another one across the way. I won't bore you with that because it's the same thing, except I will go over here to point out something else. Over here we see here there's a niche, and we've got one on this side and one on the other side. You can't really see it. What's going to go in these niches is one side will be an image of Our Lady of Guadalupe, and on the other side will be an image of Blessed Stanley Rother, along with a display of a relic of Blessed Stanley's. So that will all be secure so that nobody can walk off with the relic. So when we come in the church, there's actually right at this corner, we've also got some small fonts for children so that they will be able to reach the water, maybe to the chagrin of some parents when the kids like to splash around in the water, but fonts for the kids to be able to bless themselves. So anyway, we come into the church with all this big equipment. It's kind of hard to see, but there you can see our ceiling. So they've pretty much got the ceiling painted. The blue doesn't come through the video so well. It's a sky blue. It's actually closer to the blue in the cathedral than I expected, but it's beautiful. And you can zoom in, you can see the detail of some of the wood that's wrapping the beams. Right over here, you see these windows. When I was, well, it's kind of hard to see because of the glare. We'll come over here to this side. These windows is where the glare's not much better over here. Yeah, it's a little better. This is where that glass that we saw out on the truck, that's where a lot of that glass is going into these windows. And you'll see that they have they've started to wrap the columns. That was not here 2 days ago. So anyway, they're getting the columns wrapped. Where I'm standing now is about where the back pew will be. And so right there, that big piece of equipment, that's where the altar will finally be. And we'll take a walk up that way in just a moment. So it's kind of hard to see, but they've also started to get the walls painted. So you can see the walls painted there. It looks really nice when it comes together with that blue up there. One of the things you see here is one of the concerns has been about the sound system. So what we have here is you see these boxes, and in there are going to be speakers that are pointed down to the assembly. And so the closer we can get the speakers to the assembly, the clearer they're going to be. So we should have good sound in here. This is it's kind of hard to tell, but this is a really there's a lot of volume in this room. So you can tell there's a lot of activity going on in here right now. So essentially I'm kind of walking up what will soon be our middle aisle. We look over here and we can see our large window. You might notice over here there's a large opening. That opening is temporary. This is an opening that they can get these big pieces of equipment in and out of here. So that will be, when they get done with the big equipment, they'll be taking it out, and then they will close that up, and it will look just like this when they're done. So there's the window over on the north side. So one of the things that I just noticed is there's always, even when you're involved in this process, there's always details that you were not expecting. And here's one of them. The nice blue that's in the center of these sections of what we call the ambulatory, kind of a walkway. This is where some of our Stations of the Cross will be. So that looks nice. I've not seen that before. Okay, let's go back over to the altar area. Here's one of the sort of transept. We'll have a few pews facing the altar here and some on the other side. Most of the pews will be in the nave. So here we are, walking up to the altar. In fact, you can see where, actually, about where the middle of this thing is at is where the altar will be. If you look under there, you can see a place where the microphone wires are going to be coming up for the altar. And over here is where the presider's chair will be. And then over here on this other side is going to be, in fact, you can see right here, those are going to be microphone wires there. That's will be where the ambo will sit. You see here, they've started to create, the niche has been, they've got it started. And so this is where the statues of this side will be Joseph and Jesus. You'll see I posted that on our Facebook site yesterday, the Feast of the Solemnity of St. Joseph. We'll have marble here. Up there is where our crucifix will hang from. So 16 foot long, the corpus is 9 foot. So it'll hang down from that beam you see coming across right there. Come over on this side, you'll see a ramp for handicap access to the altar area. And right there's a step for a quick escape for altar servers or clergy. So here's another niche. This is a niche for the Blessed Mother. So I'll be posting a picture of that statue next week on the 25th, the Feast of the Annunciation. So, and then we're going to go to the back of the house here. So we take a walk around here, and this takes us to what we call the working sacristy. So we walk around the corner and just point out we have let's see, yeah, that's a restroom. So we have a restroom back here. Here we have a storage room for various things. And then this right here is the this is the working sacristy. This is where all of the cups, everything that we need for Mass will be stored back here. You'll notice over here that there's 2 drains. One of the drains goes to the regular disposal system, and one of the drains goes to the ground. That's our drain for what we call a sacrarium. That's where the sacred vessels are purified, is in here. So if there's any particles of the Blessed Sacrament left, any drops of the precious blood, if we somehow don't get everything consumed, a lot of that will all go to the ground. So anyway, a nice window back here. So it's got a lot of nice light. Actually, where I'm standing here, there'll be a big island. So if you took this room and you split it in half, essentially, you would have all of the function that we have in our current church for our vesting sacristy, working sacristy, etc. People, we all know how crowded that is. So anyway, so we're just going to keep walking toward the other side, and so these guys are working on wood trim for the door. That's a door into a larger storage area. So this wall will be closed off. That's just all mechanical. And these doors at the back of the house will only be used for emergency purposes only. So here we are coming back into the nave from the other side. So let's take a little. We'll go over here and take a. We'll go over here and take a walk. This guy's the boss. This guy right here is the boss.
Don't blame it all on me. How you doing today?
Good. You're live, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Thanks
Okay. Remind me your name.
Jeff Doppler.
Jeff.
Yes.
Okay. Jeff is the boss once you get inside the building. So he knows everything that's going on here. So it's looking good. Looks great. Yeah. I really like the way those colors come together there. That's really nice.
Yeah, I was worried about how it's going to contrast too. It looks really good.
Yeah, it does. It does. All right. Not quite sure how they're painting up there, but that's what this machine will get people up there to get that painting done. So now we're going to take a walk up to the balcony. So up in the balcony is where the organ will be. That's where the piano will be. And some of the space up here, we'll see that so here we are, we're just coming into, the other side has a hallway that takes you into the gathering area. This side does not. So here we're going up the steps. And one of the things that we created up here in the balcony is chambers that will hopefully be for a pipe organ in the future. When we get that $1 million donor that wants to buy us a pipe organ. So if you're out there, we would love to talk to you. So anyway, that will eventually be a chamber for pipes. The floor's been reinforced. Everything is there to house a pipe organ. Until then, Elizabeth has a lot of space to store music. So here's where some choir risers will go. Organ will be out here. The piano will be up here. And they really have a nice view of the church. So you can see can kind of see all the activity going on from up here. Wow. So now I just now started seeing comments. I haven't been paying attention to the comments. Hi Benny. Hi Mark. Did I see Kimba up there? I saw Kimba. Hi Kimba. So anyway, if you have any questions or anything, just send me a text and I'll try to see if I can answer them. Trying to think if there's anything else. I guess we could go out on the roof, but there's really not much to see out there except how many folks will it hold? Between 700 and 800. So to give you an idea, our current space holds 325. So there's our fabulous heating units and all that good stuff. So I tell you what, when I come over here and I see all these guys working their tails off amidst all the stuff that goes on, that's been going on here of late, I can come over here and get a sense of normalcy. These guys, for the most part, are trying to keep their social distance. Those two guys that are up there on that lift right there are having a hard time with that because they need each other to put those pieces up. But we would ask that you pray for all these guys. Hard workers, doing a great job, just very dedicated. And I have to tell you, some of these workers are really excited about this project. All right, let's see. There you got to get a closer up look at the beams, and still got some covering to do there. It looks like I haven't seen the wood over any of those braces yet, but that's going to come. That'll come. So, okay, we'll go down the steps. I'm going to go this way because it looks like they're doing some work over there, and I don't want to get in their way, so I'll come back this way. Yeah, Penny, to your point, it may be a challenge to get done by May 16th, especially with that baptismal font. We don't know when those guys from New Hampshire are going to make it down. And, with the rapidly changing situation, it could be that they send these guys home at some point. So first priority is to keep these workers safe. So we'll see what happens. It could happen May 16th, but we'll see what happens. We'll see, how things develop in the Archdiocese as well. So, but again, we want to keep everybody safe. So if we have to wait until the summer to dedicate it, then that's what we have to do. So, but too early to tell on any of that right now. Okay. So we're going to walk, again, there's our main entrance. We're going to walk down to this exit. This will actually go out into the parking lot. We have a nice little covered area here. Oops, excuse me. A nice covered area here, and there'll be some I know that we've got some handicap spaces right there, handicap spaces over there. Getting out into the wind. I'm going to come around to the side here and see if just to walk around and see some areas that you may normally not see. So there we see the outside of those windows. So again, they'll probably have some glass. Hey Tim, hope it's warmer in Minnesota than it is here, but I doubt it is. I know, what was it yesterday? 75? It's Oklahoma, right? So, yeah, and here we're seeing the back of the church. Here we go. You'll notice on Facebook I posted that picture of the cupola with the full moon. Not a great picture. It's the best I could do with my iPhone, but we're going to get our in-house professional photographer, Megan Christopher, to come out next time we have a full moon and the skies are friendly. I want her to get a picture of the full moon, that cross next or in the full moon. So get a nice image and post that. So. Yeah, so there's that window that's in the working sacristy that we saw earlier. Yeah, love the brickwork. They really did a nice job on the brick. There we look out toward the pond. We see the pond and still have some work to do down there, but waiting till things kind of dry out a bit, things get a little warmer. And again, here's doors for our emergency exits. There we see the back of the rectory, and so you'll see that they've held off on some stuff back here because they're waiting to until they get that opening closed up once they get the big equipment out. So that piece right there is they're not finished with that yet, but that'll be one of the last things that gets finished. Here these guys are getting the windows ready for glass. So we may see glass in these windows pretty soon. Actually, that may be... You guys putting glass in today?
Yes.
Is it going in today? All right. Okay, very good. Yep. They're getting it all ready. So... There's a generator. So for our lift station, which is back here, still have some landscaping to do back here and some sod delay and all that. But you can kind of see there's where our lift station is for all of our disposal. We're now on city sewer. I've never been so excited about sewer systems in my life. But, anyway, so all of our facilities are now tied into the sewer, and soon the septic tank will be removed, and we will put that chapter to close. And so, all right, we are not going to have a pond. the area down there it's what they call a retention pond. The water is just there. That's when we have flooding rains, it'll collect there, but then it's passed right on downstream. So we will not have a pond. There was some concern about safety for children and that kind of stuff. Now it'll be a muddy mess down there, but hopefully we'll get some wild grass to grow down there. Okay, well, that's literally a 360-degree tour. Oh, look, they've got the door is on now. They've got that first door on, so that was placed on while we were inside. So I think that's it. If you have any questions, you can post them on Facebook. I'll see them there. We'll respond that way, and we'll just plan on doing this every once in a while. Probably do it next week. Yeah, we'll just commit to that. Next Friday, we'll take another tour and see what differences that we have. So, all right. You guys take care. We have a little addition to our schedule. We will have Mass in Spanish live streamed tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock. Remember that confessions, Father's changed the confession time to reflect what our new confession time is. So confessions are 3:30 to 4:30 tomorrow here in the church. Mass in Spanish at 5 will be live streamed. Mass in English will be live streamed at 9:30 Sunday morning. We're also Deacon George Leal is going to be. We're going to record Stations of the Cross, and I think those will be available. I think those will be available on our YouTube channel. I will post. We'll get particulars posted on our website and on our Facebook page, but we'll have stations available there in English and Spanish. So that's being done actually pretty soon here. So, and then check our website. It's got the updated schedule, and one of the blessings about all of this is we're getting a lot more proactive about communicating. So there's good things coming out of this as well. So no matter what adversity we face, God is always there. God is always good, and God can make good come out of anything. So we're all going to get through this, and when we do, we're going to have this beautiful building to dedicate and to worship in. So that's it for now, and we will. I'll sign off, and we will be in touch. And again, join us on our live streaming. Thank you. God bless.